don't know why I found that so funny, but I did.
It backfired. No pun intended.
You're in Dayton. I'm in Cleveland. We're doing this. I just want to clarify that you're not using the interwebs right now at all.
I
You're
didn't
not.
say that. What I said is I'm not connected.
The internet's not involved in this connection at all.
No.
Whatever magic and sorcery you're using to be visually and audio connected to me right now in this studio, let's make sure that that doesn't go away. How's that sound?
I mean,
You need to go take a nap if you're going to be all grumpy.
I'm
That's
not
fine.
grumpy. Who said they're grumpy?
I just said you were grumpy.
That's a bad assumption.
Welcome back, everybody. Casey on Tap coming at you after a week off. The July 4th festivities all over this great land of ours. But we are back and better than ever. The man you are looking at via, well, not the internet, but somehow magically you're looking at him. He is a former #1 golfer for the Ohio State University Buckeyes. He is a Hall of Famer at Lima Central Catholic, and he's also a Hall of Famer in your life and in mine. The one and only Douglas William Wade. Hey, Doug, my lifelong friend. How are you, bud?
I'm great, Casey. That was quite the introduction. Thank you so much. I'm blushing over here.
Well, as you should be. Great compliments for great people. And Doug, I think you're a pretty darn good guy.
Well, thank you. I'm looking forward to the show today.
We actually had a few people, they were wondering where we were. It's kind of nice to be missed. They said, hey, where you been? I said, hey, we took the 4th of July off. They're like, well, you need to get going again. Kind of nice.
Yeah, and they're right. We do. And we are.
We do, and we are. Ladies and gentlemen, that's what you're missing when you don't get on Casey on Tap. This is the stuff you're missing, okay? All right. Well, let's get started. Why don't we start with the good old fan feedback? Today is Friday, July the 12th of the year 2024. Hope everyone's doing great out there. Let's go to our first little smidget of fan feedback. Did Doug have a tooth pulled or something before the 3rd episode? He's got a lisp I've never heard before, and I've known him for over 40 years. Now, Doug, you and I have read that several times together. For some reason, I still can't keep a straight face. So, would you like to answer that?
I did not have a tooth pull. And I'm not sure what they're talking about, but that's fine. I mean, if my boys want to write in and rip on me, that's fine. No problem at all.
Give us a attaboy. Look at wow. That's a good looking smile.
Thank you.
So there you go from Anonymous in Lima. I think the short answer is no. No, he did not have a tooth pulled. So we'll work on that. Quit dicking around and post more content. I commute a lot and I need it. That's from our boy Matt in Virginia, not North Carolina, as I had previously mentioned a couple of times, and he scolded me properly. Well, first of all, he's from the 419. He's currently living in Virginia. So I apologize, Matt. Doug apologizes. The entire staff at Casey on Tap, the podcast, apologizes. From now on, it will be Matthew from Virginia. See, I almost went to North Carolina again. All right. Doug, the more I hear you talk on this pod, the more cemented my stance about you living on top of Perv Mountain is cemented. Wow. Hashtag Perv Nation Unite. Hashtag Pornhub should sponsor. Carrie in Columbus.
Carrie with a K. And that's fine. If that's just unwarranted jabs going to be thrown this way, there's nothing I can do about it. It's clearly not accurate, but whatever. Let's move on.
We're not going to move on yet. We are going to have Carrie on with you very, very soon. Would you like to put anything on the record, statement-wise, that we can reference once you and Carrie are on the debate stage, much like old Donald and
I mean,
Joe?
my only issue is here. I got grouped in here, like you and your posse. I got grouped into this, and it's like guilty by association type thing, and so that I guess I understand a little bit, but I don't think she's got any references of me directly. Standing atop the mountain on Perv Nation. So I'm not buying it.
Living, not standing, she said.
Okay. Well.
And speaking of assumptions, I mean, you just kind of fired a shot at me. You said you and your posse. Excuse me. That was directed squarely at you. There's
no. I
We are clean. We are clean.
I get it. I think just as you as her brother, she's just that's
Uh-huh.
growing up. It's just kind of it's just in her head, and it needs to get washed out of there. It's just not accurate.
Well, if it makes you feel any better, I am her brother, and my sister thinks it's unwarranted, but she thinks that I created Perv Mountain. It really is unjustified. I mean, she'll say something to me, and I'll go, are you referencing a joke I made in fourth grade? But Douglas,
Yeah, that's accurate.
you know what I mean? You can't live
Yeah,
it down.
it's
So
not fair. It's not fair.
you know what? Let's just go with the flow. Hashtag Perv Nation Unite. Right on, Carrie. It's gonna be fun to watch you two discussing that with each other on this platform very soon. Speaking of which, thinking about creating the Knights of the Round Table, okay, where we can have some guys from the 419 from Lima, because now that we're, Doug, as you know, we're spreading like a fungus out there. We suck. We both suck. This show sucks. We know it, but turns out we got some people out there listening, and they're hoping and praying for our improvement every week, and we're trying. So what I would like to do is, like, once a month, get this Knights, and I talked to Joe Caprella about it today already on the phone. He said, I am in. I'm thinking like Joe Caprella, Brian Catini, Ryan Seitz, of course, Andy Graham, Matt from North Carolina. Oh, no, Virginia. And like Chad Verhoff. As you know, these mailbag questions come in, and they're pretty, they can be pretty complicated. And I
Yeah,
think it's important that our great nation and this great world, I think that if the answers come from the vein of the Knights of the 419 Roundtable, I feel like everyone's going to be in pretty good shape. What do you think?
yeah. I mean, there's a lot of knowledge and
Yes.
experience in that
Yes.
group.
Yes.
That probably can help a lot of people out there.
I think, wow, knowledge and experience. I think those are the two adjectives that come to mind. We'll have some Cupies flown in. Everyone will have a Cupie, right?
How do we get Cupid as a sponsor?
Oh, man.
That's got to happen. Damn.
I feel like we could make that happen. You might be thinking, why Lima? Who cares about Lima? Who cares about the 419? Well, Doug and I are about to give you some examples as to why you should care about. First of all, it's Lima, not Lima. All right, so don't be the guy. Hey, I see here you're from Lima, Ohio. That's not accurate. It's not Leeema, son. It's Lima, the original bean town. You've got Dairy Queen. We got Dairy King. You got the blizzards. We've got the tornadoes. We've got the coney dog, foot-long conies with not shredded cheese, Skyline. Anybody can do Skyline cheese. We pump that cheese, that processed warm cheese, all down that coney dog. Doug, what about those shredded chicken sandwiches?
Shredded chicken sandwiches. I mean, come on. The butterscotch dilly bars. I mean, good Lord.
The butterscotch dilly bar.
Woo.
You think you've got hamburgers? Let me explain something. You could be out there in Denver. You could be out there in L.A., Chicago. Let me explain something about hamburgers. There's only one, and it's the Kewpie hamburger. Pickle on top. Make your heart go.
Flippity flop. And on that note with Cupid, we at some point we'll have to explain the history of Cupid and the connection to a worldwide known franchise. Every idea Wendy's has was stolen from Cupid. The square
Stolen.
patties, the malts, the fries, the
Chili.
chili. It all started with Cupid. Dave Thomas wanted to franchise Cupid, was shot down and created Wendy's, and now they're all over. And the only downside is I don't think Wendy's makes their burgers fresh anymore like they used to, whereas Cupid, every single burger is made fresh.
Fresh. And by the way, you can look that up. If you think Doug's BSing, look up Dave Thomas's autobiography. He straight up asked the dude from Cupid, let's franchise. He said no. Boom. Wendy's was born. And yeah, that's right. The Cupid still has fresh meat. You know why? You know how we know? Because it comes from Keystone Meats right there in Lima. Pete Dorley and Keystone Meats. Bringing the fresh beef every day. You're grandpappy right there, son. Let me guess. Where you're from, I suppose you could buy a washing machine. But can you get a washer? Can you get a washer from Jeff Tracy's Appliances? Washer and dryer? I don't think so. Only a The Office has Bob Vance Refrigeration. Lima has Jeff Tracy's Appliances. Best deal of washers and dryers in town. What about cars? Think you can get? I bet you have car dealerships everywhere. But can you get a knock your socks off deal anywhere? Can you get your socks knocked off like the man named Tom All in those commercials? That boy's barefooted. His socks were knocked off. Huh? Show me that, Chi-Town. Show me that, Dallas. Knock your socks off. You go to Lima, boy, if you want to get a knock your socks off deal. Hey, Doug, I bet they have a Dunkin' Donuts everywhere where these people are listening. But do they have Pat's Donuts and Cream?
No.
Making them fresh in the morning?
They don't.
Pat's Donuts and Cream? Making them fresh for who? For you. That's who. Get me started on Lima. Why should you care about Lima? Perhaps you want to go to another restaurant and you don't know where the ketchup is. Well, in Lima, you go to Happy Days and your boy John will tell you the ketchup's on the damn table. The ketchup's on the table. Because sometimes you just need that. Doug, sometimes you just need that comfort.
You haven't even brought up the pizza places that are
Go ahead.
better than anything you've had in any big city, starting with the likes of Westgate Lanes, TJ's, Casano's, Eastside Pub. I mean,
Preach it,
wine
son.
cellars, Fat Jack's, Beer Barrel.
Damn.
Dude, I mean, and Chuck's.
Chicago, New York, talking about their pizza. Froggies? You got a Froggies pizza? That damn building's 15 square feet. They pumping out fresh pizzas every day. Froggies. Perhaps wherever you live, you think you've got a delicious cherry pie. But do you have February cherry pie? That's what's up. I bet you have a silk chocolate pie. Maybe your grandma makes this. But is it Mar chocolate pie? You don't have February cherry. You don't have Mar chocolate. Will the QP make up a new pie month combination? We don't know. April blueberry? September coconut cream? We don't know. That's the mystery. That's the genius of it all. Sugar cream? Nah, you don't know sugar cream pie. What about the malls? Maybe you've got a shopping mall where you live, but is it called the American Mall? The Lima Mall? Can you imagine being just so American and so Lima-in? You don't know which mall to go to. And Doug, like I told you, I always went to the one with the MCL cafeteria. That was the decider.
I always went to the one with the state-of-the-art arcade.
The American. See, God bless. Oh, speaking of American, let me guess. All over this great land, all over the world, you like Chris Berman? Well, we have the original Chris Berman. We have Vince K-O-Z-A, the Coz, R.I.P. There is no Chris Berman without the Coz. Perhaps you are a fan of Johnny Miller or Al Michaels or the great retired Mr. Brenneman who called those Reds games. Well, we have Mike Mullen. We have Mike Mullen bringing us to sports, WIMA 1150, and now Todd Walker. God bless Todd Walker. Do you understand, people? These are legends. These are legends from the 419. Oh, by the way, if your country wants to go to war anytime soon, give us a call because we'll make you some tanks. We'll make you some M1A1 ass kickers. So that's why. Just a few reasons why you should be praying for the Knights of the Lima Land Roundtable to come your way soon. What do you think, Douglas?
It's a great idea. Well done.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Our final fan feedback. Hi, Casey. Struggling right now. Need to get right with the alcohol. Your online videos and now the podcast platform help tremendously. Keep up the great work. You're helping so many. Scott from Florida. All right, Scott. Keep on rocking and rolling, baby. We're right here, and we're always going to be. We're trying to make life isn't to be taken too seriously. We want to add some levity. We want to add some humor. But, yeah, stuff like that. We're also here for you, just so you know. Side by side, hand in hand. You're not alone, brother. You are not alone. I am here for you. Oh, but I'm not a pedal. That's weird because Michael Jackson, but okay. That's,
That's still a great song.
his voice is like an angel from above. It just doesn't sound the same now because knowing that he was weird, like, Deshaun Watson.
Why do you say that stuff? There's no comparison there.
When you say, why do you say that stuff? I don't know why truth exists. I just share it with the world. All right, Doug. So like I mentioned, it is July 12th. We're about midway through the year. Time to take a little checkup on what's going on in the world of sports quickly. If you take a look, it's the Cleveland Guardians leading the way in the American League Central. The Guardians are playing good baseball. But right now, let's take a look at the 6 favorites to win the Fall Classic. As of right now, the All-Star break, we've got the Dodgers, the Phillies, Yankees, Orioles, Braves, and then the Guardians. Plus 340, plus 420, plus 550, plus 700, plus 900, and then plus 18 hundo. Any thoughts?
Right now, I mean, Philly is just on fire, but the Dodgers roster is just it's incredible how LA blows it
Sick.
for season
It's
every
sick.
year. I mean, it's just unbelievable because they shouldn't. If I had to take one team right now, I'd take the Dodgers, and I'd
Yeah.
lose. And I'd lose because they'll blow it.
All right, let's shift quickly to the NFL, see what's going on with the NFL Super Bowl and the top 5. Chiefs, 49ers, Ravens, Lions, Bengals. The Chiefs and 49ers are tied at plus 600. Ravens plus 950, Lions plus 1300, Bengals plus 1400. The Cowboys sit at 9th at plus 1600, and your Browns 15th at plus 1400. Any thoughts?
The Bengals are way too high. That division is incredibly tough. I mean, Burrow has been hurt now 2 of the last 3 years. I mean, he's obviously fantastic. I love Burrow, but they lost Mixon. They've got Higgins, and he's not real happy. I mean, they're going to be good, yes, but are they? Should they have that high of odds? I mean, not in my opinion. I'm not a believer in Cincy or Buffalo. Get them out of here. I would take Houston and Cleveland over both Cincy and Buffalo.
Yeah, I agree with you there. It does seem like the Bengals are a little high. Obviously, they're factoring in Joe Burrow, who's just out of this world. But don't ask Urban Meyer. To Urban Meyer, he's a third stringer. So
Well,
that's not.
at that time,
What a jackass. God. We're about 50 days, 49 days away from college football. And right now, the top 6, according to FanDuel, the top 6 to win the national championship are the Go Georgia Bulldogs, followed by the Ohio State University, followed by
Oregon, of
Ducks,
course. Yeah.
followed by Texas.
The Big Ten Ducks.
Oh, that's right. That's right. Oregon and USC. Wow. That's going to be hard. Listen, that's going to be hard to get used to.
Yeah, it is.
You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
And then Alabama and Ole Miss. So Georgia, Ohio State, Oregon, Texas, Bama, Ole Miss, plus 300, plus 420, plus 800, plus 850, and then 1,500 for Bama and Ole Miss. It's exciting. I mean, wow. How about a tournament with just those 6 teams, let alone another 6 shaking it up in there? The 12-team tournament. Boy, Georgia must be gnarly. The smoke Ohio State's getting. Vegas is still saying,
On paper, those 2 teams are just insane. I can't wait.
All right, well, the most important event I think the world wants to know about gambling on. Will Ben Affleck and Jennifer Lopez get divorced? I'm telling you right now, I'm looking right now at live odds that you can actually wager your hard-earned money on. Yes is a minus 140 favorite. No is a plus 100 dogs. Very close.
4 to 6 weeks ago, it was like all the reports were they were getting divorced.
I'm taking the yes.
Absolutely.
Yes. All right. Speaking of pop culture headlines, Douglas, the 4th of July holiday is behind us. However, we would be remiss if we didn't mention the man, and now, in a very literal way, the myth and the legend. Thank you very much. Who died after lighting a firework off of his head. Now, I sent you that TikTok clip of the guy. Did you happen to take a little gander? In his Uncle Sam outfit, dancing, having the time.
No. I'm trying to pull it up right now, though. Yeah, here we go. Oh, wow.
But he's 41 years old. An autopsy, quote, was not necessary, unquote, on the victim. Okay? Said he was highly intoxicated, and his family is upset because now there's a viral video going around showing him to look like a drunken buffoon, and they don't like that, Doug. So I think the tearjerker moment here is that according to his wife, just before he laid that explosive rocket on top of his head, apparently he felt the need to go over and have a moment, like terms of endearment. He hugged his wife and his son and said, "You're my rock. And you're my rock. You're both my rocks." What are the odds that that really happened?
0%.
It's a 0%.
Yeah, he didn't do that.
No, what he did was he went over there. He goes, he goes, "Hey, watch this.
Yeah.
Hey,
Yeah.
hey, boy, Daddy's about to make you proud." The question is, like, I feel like if I was the son and that would have happened, I feel like I would have stood up, saluted, and started singing the national anthem. If he said, because that would have made me proud. He went out with a bang.
I wish I could have like 10 seconds with him just to be like, hey, real quick, what did you think was going to happen? Like, did you just think the rocket was going to shoot up into the sky and like, it wouldn't affect you? Like, it would just pew, and you'd be like, oh, yeah.
What are we trying to achieve here? Anybody can set a firework off from the ground. I'm setting it off 5 feet higher than the ground, off my head. It's gonna be cool.
I mean, he wanted to show off and it backfired. No pun intended.
What's the rule? Let someone else light the fireworks. That's the rule. All right. No better time than now, Douglas, into our fan favorite segment of our podcast. The mailbag is sponsored by Chad Bearhoff, the owner of Jackson Gray Jewelers in Chagrin Falls, Ohio. Chad is the owner and master jeweler. If you are looking for a piece of any kind, I mean, you need, whether it's rings, necklaces, watches, belt buckles, you name it, he can make something very personal for you. Just check him out. And of course, an indie gaming company made of 2 software engineers passionate about Playmates. That's you, that's me, that's Doug, that's everybody. 310 Labs is the name. You can download Yet Another Spider Solitaire, YASS, play daily, deal of the day for free. Personally, I'm kind of addicted to it. I really like it. They're a proud sponsor of our mailbag, Douglas. So there you go. Question number 1. Hey guys, hilarious show. Keep it up. Quick question about your opinion on weed/edibles. Seems like a few of my friends are weaning off the alcohol and replacing it with gummies. Just wanted your thoughts. Chris from Indiana. Thank you, Chris.
I don't think guys that are on gummies are necessarily putting fireworks on their head, whereas alcohol could potentially play a part in that. So, yeah, I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that. Go gummies.
I want to make it clear. I'm not Captain Prude here saying, hey, don't do your thing. I'm Captain Prude about booze, alcohol. It's my opinion. It's what this platform is. I've been sober almost 9 years, and the bottom line is this, and there's no arguing. Just spare me. Sell it somewhere else. I'm all stocked up here. Alcohol is just the most dangerous, overlooked, slippery slope, life-crushing, emotion-crushing, relationship-crushing, depressing, awful drug ever. It's insane, the list of negatives for alcohol. Okay, so if you want to chew gummies all day, more power to you. That's not my area of expertise. Okay, alcohol is. Chew your gummies. I guarantee you, if Cleveland Browns Stadium or Dallas Cowboys Stadium was full of people eating gummies, you would see 5% of the nasty, violent, vile things that you see there. I wouldn't take one of my kids to an NFL game right now for anything. Bunch of drunken buffoons screaming, yelling, cussing, puking, punching. So hopefully that answers your question. Doug and I both are on the side of go green, baby. Go green. Right, Doug?
Absolutely. If you're picking between the two.
Did I miss anything here?
Not yet.
All right. Oh, this is a good one. Hey, guys, love the mailbag, and I have a question of my own. Recently, a lifelong friend asked me to help him move from an apartment into his first house. We are in our mid-30s now, and my manual labor moving days are way behind me. I gave him a $100 gift card for 2 men in a truck, and he hasn't been acting right since. I've tried to talk to him about it, but he refuses to tell me. He just acts butthurt all the time. Was I wrong? And do you have any advice as to how I can resolve the situation? Thanks, Brian, Columbus, Ohio. I like that one.
That's hilarious. I mean, good for him. There's no way. There's no way I would help someone move right now. Any large furniture in any way, shape, or form. And the idea to give him a gift card is ingenious because this guy doesn't want to spend a dime on moving, and he gives him $100 gift card,
That's right.
and that bill ain't going to be less than a couple grand no matter what he's moving. And so
Right.
here's a little $100 gift card, and this guy's like, "Son of a bitch, I can't even use this gift card because it's still going to cost me $1,900.
Right.
It's just it's hysterical. It's a great play. Kudos. You know, well done. And if this guy can't get over it, if he's butthurt about you giving him $100 gift card, come on, man. That's a bro card somewhere. He'll
There it
adjust
is.
at some point. I mean, stop.
There are certain unwritten rules in life, and you just have to know them. And if you don't, like Doug just said, the bro card. If you don't know them, you gotta take yourself out of the game. You gotta sit on the bench or in the stands. And one of the unwritten rules is you don't after I'd say the age of 20, graduate college. I don't know. I'll give you 23, 20, 24 to
Wow.
be
Okay, that's low.
okay. Fine, 25.
Yeah, I'd say either once you get married or once you turn 30. Those are the barometers.
There's a point where you don't ask. You don't ask a. It doesn't matter how good of a friend it is. You don't ask them to come move your soiled couches. I don't know why I found that so funny, but I did. You just don't do it. You don't.
And carrying that. What is dripping on my head?
Oh my god, that's disgusting. Oh my.
Might have had a party on Friday.
Oh my god. Oh yeah, no. So the answer is no. If Doug and I are on your side, that means God, truth, light, reason, justice, liberty. All those things are on your side as well. Hold your head high.
Not only am I holding my head high, I am willingly telling the stories to our friends,
Right.
and I'm putting you on blast here. This is fantastic. This is a good one. This is one you're telling 20 years from now.
Okay, Doug and I are going to role play this real quick. Doug's going to be Brian from Columbus, and I'm going to be the friend. And the first scenario we're going to play out for you is we go back to work. I've already received my $100 gift card, and Doug's going to come and say, "Hey, Brian, how's it going?" Go ahead, Doug.
Hey, Brian, how's it going, man?
It's not going good.
What's the problem here? What's happening?
There's no problem. There's no problem.
Did
Friend.
you get all moved and situated? What
No
do you mean
thanks
no
to
help me?
you. No thanks to you.
I gave you $100 gift card, man.
Oh, no, you could have helped me move my soiled couches. I wanted you to help me move my soiled fabrics. And okay, now let's do this one. I'm going to ask you to help me move, and you give me the gift card. Hey, Doug. So yeah, I'm going to be moving. I'm really excited. Yeah, you want to come help me move?
Not particularly. No, I don't.
But I thought you were my good friend.
No, I am. I'll happily be there for your housewarming party. But my days of moving are long gone. Hey, how about this though? I've got something here in my pocket. Here's $100 gift card to all my sons. Let's take the day off, and you and I can have a couple drinks or hang out and go eat and have some wings while they're moving your stuff. What do you think?
Oh, I don't know, man. I was kind of hoping you'd help me move my soiled fabrics with your bare hands.
Yeah, here's a gift card, man. I'll talk to you later. Can we get Brian's buddy on the show?
Okay, Brian.
Not Brian. I want the buddy.
I know, but
Brian's
I'm talking
buddy.
to Brian. Like Brian has to be listening. So Brian,
Yeah.
under a ruse. A couple weeks ago, we were talking about doing a surprise party for like a husband that found his wife on Tinder. Remember that?
Yep.
Doug, and we're gonna maybe Brian and his friend. We could get them at that. Can you imagine? We're creating like an all-star gala, and then Brian and his buddy could show up to our live podcast from the husband busting his wife. We could do a whole thing. We have the round table of the Lima Knights. This would be. Yeah, that's a good idea. Brian, let us know how that works out for you. If you need Doug and I to talk to him, we will. All right. Last but certainly not least in the mailbag, Douglas. Young lady here, Sarah from Michigan, says, I've been in a relationship for 3 years. Recently saw proof on my boyfriend's phone that he's been cheating on me for several months. This is a good one. Instead of confronting him, I chose to take matters into my own hands. Now let's stop right there. When a woman says that she's going to take matters into her own hands, I'm just going to tell you right now, Doug, I don't know about you, but that sends a shiver down my spine.
Yeah, this is some cold bloodedness coming.
She's going to take matters into her own hands. Ready for this? His boss has wanted me for quite some time.
Oh boy.
Yeah. And let's just say he's now getting what he's wanted and then some. Oh, boy, it just got cold in this room. Oh, baby. This poor guy. Hang on. What do you think, Doug? He's now getting what he wanted and then some.
Yeah, why? Why the then some?
She's talking about doing it dirty. She's talking about doing not naughty. I
I
mean,
mean,
she's talking about letting him do things that he didn't even know he wanted to do. You follow me? I'm thinking the first place I go is pegging. She's pegging him.
I don't even know what pegging is, Carrie.
Well, I do. All right. Well, I do. It ain't. Hey, it ain't pretty. They need a safe word. He'll be all right. We've hooked up several times now, and I want to stop. And my boyfriend's gotten what he deserved. However, he doesn't. Meaning the guy she's having the affair with. He's getting clingy and possessive, and she's kind of worried that he's gonna pop the old balloon to the boyfriend. Her boyfriend doesn't know yet, and I feel the walls closing in. You have any advice? Thank you, Sarah in Michigan. Man, that's a good one. Wow, that's a really good one. We need to make like a you know what we should do is have a weekly updated like top 5 like all time mailbag questions. You know, like rankings. That would be in there.
Yeah, I'm thinking about this one. Do we have any recommendations? I mean, I guess I have to. We have to know what she wants. What is she trying to resolve this current relationship with her boyfriend? Or if she's not, if she wanted revenge because she knew she was going to end it, then she should just come clean and tell him what she did, and that's clearly going to end it forever. This relationship's dead regardless. It just depends how you, at this point, want to go about it. Do you want him to just find out on his own, like you did, or do you want to confront him? If you really want things to end with this creepy boss, sounds like you have no choice but to tell the boyfriend on your own. Otherwise, the boss is going to do it anyways and maybe make your life really bad in the meantime. It's not a good situation. She screwed this up. She had complete control and
Yep.
she lost it, and now it's a disaster. Good God.
The great Marcus Mumford wrote, "Choices, our ladder to the stars." And Sarah, you made a choice, girl. Oh boy, you had a lot of moves on that chessboard when you found that information. And I got to hand it to you. Hey, yo, do you live and let live? Hats off to you. And what I mean by that is that's one of the most cold-blooded, icy moves of retaliation that I've ever heard. His boss? Ooh, golly. His livelihood? Because what's he going to do? Stay in that job? Oh, man. All right, here's the deal. Doug said it perfectly. The relationship is a fish floating on the top of the pond. It's dead in the water. It's done. I would highly recommend you get this information to your boyfriend before the boss does. Just trust me on this. For his mental health moving forward, be the one to tell him, don't let his boss, his superior in the workplace, tell him that he's getting pegged by that dude's girlfriend or vice versa or whatever the hell you're up to. Please don't. Oh, boy. But congratulations. This would be a great script to a porn. This would be a great, everybody else in the world's going to love this as like a party story. So congratulations and thank you for content for Casey on Tap. That, you're welcome to, if you'd like to come on the show, talk about it, we'd love to hear about it. We'll have you
Yeah,
on.
I would love to hear the whole thought process behind this. So yeah, let's get her on. This would be
Well, I
fantastic.
would like to hear more. I don't care about the thought process. I'd like to hear details as to what's been going on, between you and the boss, if you know what I'm saying. I think that's what the audience wants, and frankly, that's what Doug wants too, as a keeper of Perv Nation. So, and by the way, everybody out there, you want it too. So just spare me your fucking Bible thumping nonsense. And I love the Bible. That's not an insult to the Bible. It's an insult to you. Okay, Douglas. Those are 3 good questions, I think.
Yeah, not bad.
And I think it's about time to wrap it up, my friend. But our listeners have come to really enjoy your parting words of wisdom when it comes to your profession or anything else in life, stories you want to tell or advice you want to give. So the forum's all yours, my friend.
All right, all right. Well, I'm recording this right now in the middle of the first round of our club championship out here.
Okay.
So club championship this weekend, the British Open's next week. So let's just talk a little bit about competitive golf, the do's and the don'ts. For those of you out there that are trying to be good at golf and you decide you want to use the new putting technique called aim point on the greens. For those of you that don't know, those are the people that walk halfway between their ball and the cup and they straddle their line like they can feel the ground and the earth, and that's helping them decide which way the ball's going to break. You look ridiculous. You're probably stepping in somebody else's line. You're a disaster. You need to get out of the way, stop it, read the putt from behind. If you want to read it from the other side of the hole, you should be doing that while the others in your group are putting. When it's your turn, you've already seen it from behind. You get up and putt the ball. I mean, this aim point crap, aim point. If you don't know what it is, Google it. You'll agree.
And I know you and I talked during the week. I've told you several times. I've said, what are these guys doing when you watch these pro tournaments and they're walking around and they're straddling?
Best players in my club. I said, if I see any of you aim pointing, you're disqualified. I will
That's
not have it. I will not have it at our club. Sugar Valley will not have an aim point club champion.
That is hilarious, Doug. And with that, my friends, episode 10 is in the books. It is great to be back. Douglas, we did it. Technical difficulties be damned. We fought through it, and we will be victorious as always. Thanks, my friend. You were great. Great seeing you, and we will talk next week.
You got it.
See you, everybody.